What is the longest you've ever stayed awake at once and why? My PB is 3 days straight, and I didn't drink any caffeine in those 3 days. At least 36 hours. Reason: grinding in a game. I think it was 60-something host deployment in the military. We were patrolling and had no time to lay down. 36 hours. I did a all-nighter with my friends on a school trip one time, around 30 hours. I was sleeping at a friend's house. Her parents weren't home, just us and her little nieces. She fell asleep really fast. I knew their door didn't lock and I was too scared to sleep. I went home in the morning and slept all day. 53 hours. LAN party when I was 16. Smiley face. 2 days. Grad school finals. A little less than 40 hours finishing up 2 different art projects in college. 32 hours. Studying mathematics. But efficiency. About 3 days I was pregnant and just couldn't sleep. What song do you think would go great with the world ending? The end of the world. It's the end of the world as we know it. Rem. Goodbye to a world. I'm too lazy to check the artist, but it's the one that goes, "Thank you, I'll say goodbye here, though it's the end of the world." In a robot voice. Always look on the bright side by Monty Python. Skeeter Davis. The end of the world. As the World Caves In by Matt Maltese was written for just the occasion. The Doors. The End. Goodbye to a World or Undertale. Good night. Megadeth. Set the world afire. U2 Until the End of the World. We'll Meet Again or I Want You. Mitski. Freak on a Leash. Korn. Mad World. The End by The Doors. Ladies, what's your favorite book at the moment? Wax and Wayne series by Brando Sando. Not a lady, but How Green Was My Valley by Richard Llewellyn is an absolute treasure as far as period pieces go. I really want to reread The Inheritance Cycle, Aragon and the following right now. But the books belong to my brother and he is relocated very far away, so I have to buy my own now. XD. Bible. I use it to destroy Christians. The Laws of the Sky. Recollections of My Non-Existence by Rebecca Solnit. Tuesdays with Maury. I Am Number 4. Only book that has ever kept me reading. One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Why You Only Ask Them Ladies. Gentlemen Don't Read, That It? A History of Private Life from Pagan Rome to Byzantium by Philippe R.E.S. Georges Duby. The Lost Village by Camilla Sten. Homegoing by Ojasi. Lady Susan by Jane Austen. What's something that's common knowledge in your line of work that other people may never think about? Getting sick right after eating something doesn't mean that it gave you food poisoning. Talking with your speakerphone on makes the audio quality worse to the person you're talking to, especially in a noisy environment. Mine is that a lot of people think that if you have periods and go into a coma, someone will regularly change your pad or tampon for you. The truth is, you won't be wearing a pad or tampon. You'll be wearing a diaper. We do not actually repair the customer's TV in the store. The proper way to dismember a corpse. Guys who had emo hair and all black clothing in the 2000s, where are you now? Living the burb life, hardly ever sucking it to the man these days. That was autocorrect, I swear. Dr. Freud died from heroin. 2016. Younger brother. I was born in 2002. I had the long ass anime hair and wore black clothing every day, usually not even taking off my sweater during the summer. I then enlisted into the Canadian Army and now my view on life is much more different. I am more active both socially and physically, and I got rid of most of my old values. I now dress in primarily pinks and baby blues and am an overall cheerier person. Still have emo hair. All my clothes are black. I am making a case for myself in mental health care. It's going so well so far. In my bed. Earth. Wearing a shirt and tie with a beard and cropped hair. Old me would be horrified. Working the week, rocking out on the weekend. What do you work as and how is it? I'm an office manager, soon to be finance manager in a startup. It's intense but I love my job. Software developer. It's awesome. Mattress sales. Been in it for 2 years and I love it. Pay is a lot better than one would assume. You can easily make a living and build a future for yourself doing this in most areas of the country. Comes with benefits. And to be brutally honest, the workload is minimal compared to a lot of jobs out there. I get paid to post on Reddit and watch YouTube for much of my day. I work within the health service in the UK and most days it's like working in hell. Unappreciative patients. Some allied professions with expectations that the NHS was never geared to provide. On some days it can be very rewarding, but these are getting much farther apart. What video game power-up do you wish you had? Earl. Bottled Fairy. Stamina up. Saving a checkpoint so I can go back to before I mess up. Mark of the Outsider. The ability to fight like any character in Monster Hunter. Extra lives? I haven't used up this one yet. Hesoyum. Fast travel. Blue shell. Titanium. Sandbox mode. Golden apples. I guess it doesn't really count, but how about infinite respawns after I die? Cure all. Fast travel. So convenient. You feel happy and rejuvenated. Cult of the Lamb. Should an economic roof exist for rich people so they don't get disgustingly rich? Why or why not? Jeff Bezos is able to spend $11 million per day for 50 years before money dwindles. So yes. If the system were working properly I'd say no, But we need that duct tape. I'm of the opinion that if you ask a rich person they'll say no, and if you ask a poor person they'll say yes. I'm poor so I say yes. I say no because that would reduce the motivation of rich people to create new things once they became rich. They won't innovate as much. For example, if rich people get their net worth reduced to $100 million, why would they still work and innovate as much? They probably wouldn't. But their innovation and creating is what improves our daily lives in the long term. What innovations have been suppressed due to being a threat to an industry's profitability? Pretty sure just a decade back some dude designed a car that ran on water. I could be mistaken though. Water-powered car engines. That 70s show made a running joke about a car that runs on water, and I always thought growing up it was bullshit. But then I did some digging and apparently it's true, and the guy that invented it mysteriously disappeared. Surely if they were suppressed in such a way we wouldn't know about them. Light bulb being forced into not lasting as long as they should. The Dubai light bulbs. The king had longer lasting and more energy efficient bulbs made by law. They are much better than the ones you can buy anywhere else. Because the bulb manufacturers don't want to sell good bulbs that you don't have to replace. True fact. This is pretty recent but I haven't heard of it since its announcement doctors were able to find a cure to a certain type of cancer. What are your thoughts on Christians who believe that a good chunk of the Bible are allegorical events and not literal? Smarter than the average bear? Perhaps I'll share my picnic basket with them. Look, at this point, if I can do my best to take a guy who thinks the earth is flat seriously, I can at least give them the courtesy of not giving them a hard time. They can believe whatever they want. Just leave everyone else alone. And especially do not take a book as basis for ruling a country. They're probably the majority of American Christians, but they don't fit the "I just don't understand Christians" narrative, so they get no press. I'm not Christian. As a Catholic, I think Old Testament Christians are extreme. They can believe anything they want as long as I don't have to believe it. 2. What's the coolest name you've ever heard? Ford Prefect. There's a hoopy fruit who really knows where his towel is. My cousin, Throckmorton. Joe Dangerfield, an animator for Hilda and Centaur World. I once worked with a girl named Icy Hennessy. That was her legal name and spelling. I thought that was one heck of a name. Obu Obu Obu. Fucking excellent, and easy to remember. Max Power. Wolfgang. I named you not after one wolf but a whole gang of wolves. B0UB, smirking face. Jimi Hendrix. Mango Yandy died in Harang Hat. Bill Ponderosa. John Coltrane. Finn Wolfhard. Cole McGrath. Hope Solo is always a solid answer. Garth. Greatest professor I've ever had. Zigzag Chainer. Napoleon Dynamite. Spanner Turnstile. My burlesque stage name. Darling Nikki 666. How do you feel about the fact that the average rock concert runs 110-120 decibels with some like AC/DC running 130? Whereas the human ear is damaged by sounds over just 90 decibels. I simply wear earplugs. I can't hear you over my tinnitus. Very concerned, as I've got what is likely long-term hearing damage from too many concerts with unshielded ears. The radio station I used to hang out at had a gumball machine filled with branded earplugs, and all the old-timers strongly recommended that I always use a pair, but I never listened. I'm here for a good time, not a long one. Now let's rock. What? Someone just started their safety training videos at work. I'm sorry for your boredom. And/or congrats on the new job. People choose to go and destroy their ears. That's not my problem. They can do whatever they want. Wear earplugs. I don't go to rock concerts. I kinda like the fact that I can hear. The world now works on romance novel logic. What are the noticeable changes? Judging by the covers, I now look like Fabio. Bookmark sales reach record numbers. A lot of wind and random flowers petals everywhere. People living on opposite sides of a city will now inexplicably run into each other everywhere they go by sheer coincidence, no matter how improbable. No woman has any personality or even looks remarkable, but I will go to incredibly creepy and borderline if not outright abusive lengths for my love of them. People now watch the Hallmark Channel and wish they can fall in love that fast. Bareback bare-chested horse riders everywhere. Suddenly a lot more year-round Christmas stores. And they're extremely profitable, because all these family-run corporations with young scions are desperate to buy them out. Everyone gets a billionaire. All the girls in class wanna be my friend when they find out I'm friends with the new kid. What celebrities with non-conventional looks do you find attractive? I cast my votes for Rebel Wilson, Shelley Duvall, Sarah Silverman, Amy Winehouse, Lady Gaga, Kat Dennings, Karen in Daredevil, Benny Cucumber Patch, Ruth from Ozarks, Vanessa Bayer, the woman with the giant mouth on SNL. I find her very attractive. Gillian Anderson, Sarah Paulson, and Kristen Wiig. Does Marion Cotillard count? I've always found her attractive. Nathan Fielder. He's not super non-conventional, but he's more of the nerdy dork vibe than traditional celeb. Jeremy Allen White, Carrie Brownstein Slater Kinney. Portlandia is my biggest celebrity crush. I also have a thing for Tom York in his younger days. Billie Eilish Juno Temple subjective as to non-conventional though. Suzy Sue and Cassandra Peterson as Elvira. Why do you think winter is better than summer? I can always put more clothes on when it's cold, but there is only so much I can take off when it's hot. Layers. Clothes are cuter and comfier. I don't. I can hide my body. No sweating, hoodies, because during winter I can use my fireplace. It's both warm and pretty. My AC system is cool, but not particularly fun to stare at. It's easier to be cold than hot, because you can pack more clothes, blankets, etc. to be comfortable. Summer you're just fucked unless you know a professional skinner. Jacket pockets provide storage that guys don't really get in summer. Winter never made me sweat through my clothes. Also Christmas. Time off for the holidays. The weather feels cozier, and you don't have to worry about wiping your sweat. I'm not allergic to everything outside in the winter. I don't get sunburned. What ugly fashion trend is actually fire? Chokers. Tramp stamps go hard. 18th century crazy ass powdered wigs. Crocs. They're comfortable and come with 4x4. High-water cargo jeans. Prison flip-flops with socks is a new trend. Denim on denim. Socks and slides. Daisy Dukes. You blow up Mars just to mess with Elon Musk. How would he react? He reveals his true form and we have an epic fight in the Pacific Ocean. He would make a meme on me or worst he could do is make a diss track. He'd probably threaten to buy Facebook or SMTH. Proud. That's a nice move, unfortunately. 234.571.019.001. He will hire me to a very higher up position. If I can destroy a planet, then certainly I can help him get to another or already do have such technologies. He'll tweet that you're a child molester. I don't know, the FBI might come to your house for even something so hypothetical. He sends a bunch of Tesla transformers to your house. Blow up your favorite planet, Earth, in retaliation. Ganymede maybe. Probably call me a pedophile. Is Mars one of his kids? I wouldn't expect any emotion if that were the case, by constructing a new one. What was ruined because too many people started doing it? My ex-girlfriend. YouTube is a cesspool now BC. Everyone and their mom thinks they can be famous and everyone and their uncle thinks I care about their reactions to various media, when really all I want is a lyrics video or a simple movie trailer. Maybe I'm old and don't get YouTube vloggers, but a large portion of them seem pointless and stupid. YouTube is oversaturated and pointless now and I barely use it unless I'm watching an old fave. Resell culture. Playing Pokemon. Now the old Pokemon games are expensive and harder to get at a decent price. Being sad. Harlem Shake. YouTube. Kool-Aid. YouTube gaming. Popularity ruins nothing. Your perception does. Tattoos and fidget spinners. Fishing, for specific types of fish ESP. Moving to Portland. Existing. Your mom's pussy. TikTok. Woman of Reddit. What are your thoughts on submissive guys in the bedroom? I would like to know this as a man who is submissive. I fucking love dominating men. It's great to be on top for once. Woo. I'm a control freak so it's hot. Better him than me. I have a thing for control and power dynamics. I would love to dom a man. It's hot, but I'd prefer switching once in a while. Eventually I'm going to leave. Nah, I prefer to be dominated. I would do it with my partner every once in a while but I wouldn't want it to be a regular thing. Please women you must tell us. I tried dating one. But since I'm submissive as well, we mostly just somewhat awkwardly tried to be someone we were not. It didn't last long, but we both learned from that experience. I have no specific feelings about submissive guys, except that we are not compatible. Only submissive dudes are going to respond to this. What is a TV show you consider a masterpiece? Seinfeld, Breaking Bad, BoJack Horseman, Mr. Robot. The Good Place gets better every time I watch it. Season 1 of True Detective is a special mood. Season 1 of Twin Peaks is unparalleled. I love Season 2 as well, but it's definitely flawed. Dead Serious, Modern Family. First 5 seasons of Game of Thrones. Holemia, Breaking Bad, The Wire, Band of Brothers, West Wing, Office. First 6 seasons, The OC. First 2 seasons, Seinfeld, Friends, Dairy's More. But I can't remember now. Better Call Saul. Spectacular. Sports Night is Sorkin at his funniest and least preachy. Not a hot take at all, but Breaking Bad definitely qualifies as a masterpiece. FX Legion. It's strange and mind-bending. The art direction is absolutely fabulous. You're stuck in a room with every person you've ever had sex with. What's your first move? My body count is so low that this literally already happened before. Hello darkness, my old friend, this room is empty once again. I want to talk to you about a business opportunity. Can I offer you an egg in these trying times? Auto defenestration. Ask for all my hoodies back. Throw up. I have not made good choices. Run a quick head count in GTFO. Grab my wife by her wrist. Raise your hand and yell winner. I bet you're all wondering why I have gathered you here. Put on my robe and wizard's hat. Wonder why my hand is just weirdly floating around an empty space. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. It's like, 3 guys. Let's go bowling except you chase. Go take a hike off a cliff. Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves again because some of the names I have forgot. Finding out who's willing to do it again. What is the first thing that crosses your mind when hearing Spain? Silent S. Memes ruin my thinking capabilities. Paella, gay, oily sausages and sangria. Well, I never been to Spain but I kinda like the music. The League. I liked the original post so I repost with Spain. Spanish. Food. Sun. Paella. Barcelona. Cortez. Good times. I've only been there twice, but those times are some of the best memories I have. Pain. The color red. My friend who's from Spain. Fernando Alonso. Madrid. Such a beautiful city. Paella. Their flag. Manchego. The flag. Spain on a map, and a summer scene. Spain on the world map. Bulls and jamón. Bullfighting. Oh good, I've landed home. The running of the bulls or La Corrida de Toros. It's where the rain falls mainly on the plain. What is perfectly legal, but very suspicious. Walking out of a store without buying anything. Filming in public. Playing imposter. Peeking around corners before continuing to walk. Existing. Strong flashlights. I once stood in a street with a flashlight with 20.000 lumen. It felt so wrong and illegal to turn this thing on. Salvia. Standing under a tree at night just looking. Option trading, especially put option. Looking through someone's Facebook or Insta and not liking or commenting or anything. Walking around the store and leaving without buying anything. Going on YouTube Kids as an adult. Flying a kite. Staring competition with strangers without them knowing it's a staring competition. Strolling around rich neighborhoods where there isn't any store. Walking around a grocery store and making a list of what's in other people's carts. What age do you feel like compared to your actual age? I feel about 18 years old. I'm 29. About 30, and I'm 43. Definitely 20s but I'm almost 40. I'm disgusted myself being this immature. I am 24, but for some reason I keep telling people that I'm 22 for some reason. Also, everybody thinks I'm 32. Can't we all agree to stop counting the years after 18? 42,069. 22. I feel so young 14-16 when in reality I am 19. Life just hasn't hit me yet. I am probably in my 30s right now. 28 ha 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 ha. I'm forever switching between feeling 30 and feeling 18. I'm currently 21. I have always felt like a middle-aged coot even when I was 12. I'm 35 but sometimes I feel like I'm 16 again lol or sometime I feel 35. Man shrugging.